YouTube, what the crap's going on? Hannibal and Patchy welcome you back to the Hannibal at the Gates campaign, which we've recently captured Massalia, and then my teammates knocked out their settlement up here at Lugdunum, and what's funny is that I actually thought, so I did that research with the Celtic factions, because I kind of figured the Ligurians and the Veneti and others, and the Veneti might still be here, but the Romans have come out and destroyed the Ligurians, so that research was actually kind of worthless. So it's actually me versus Rome now at this point, because I'm headed to Italy, and we're going to be in Genoa soon with Hannibal. And then also we're just about into Lilybaeum to push back again against Syracuse, and then move into Magna Graecia. And once we get there, that'll be good. I've got this army here, which is in the process of retraining at Carthago. And the Roman fleets in the area and Syracusan fleets have been destroyed by myself and my allies. So we're in a pretty powerful position at the moment, and it's looking good. Income is way up, and we should be in pretty good shape, all things considered. I don't see any upgrades that need to take place. So what I'm going to do is... I wonder if some of these just require food, and that one does squalor too. See, this one just uses food, so I'm going to go ahead and build this because I have plenty of spare food right now. That one adds squalor. That one adds squalor too, so what about this one? Just food. I'll go ahead and spend some money on some of these buildings that just require food, because food I have plenty of right now, as long as we're not adding squalor. Man, I'd like to have more glasswares too, because that stuff's great for trading. Alright, there we go. We'll spend that last bit of money so that I don't just have it sitting around doing nothing. We'll go ahead and cross up here and then get over to Massalia. Let's see, these guys can go out of forced march stance. Still got 2 unit slots in that army. Let's go ahead and end this. And again, I apologize for the nasally sound going on. It's allergies, and there's very little I can do about it. I can't do any assassinations because I spent all my money. We'll have to try and get rid of some of these Roman agents. There are Roman agents everywhere.
Your people are wounded by this war.
There won't be a peace treaty because I'm sure that they won't become my client state. So, at this point, I'm kind of mad at you too. So, not a whole lot of chance I'm going to be giving you a peace treaty. Alright. Wow. No crazy agent madness. I really want to bring this judge back over to my side. Let's see if we can manipulate him back to our team.
They will not refuse.
Well, we hindered him. Try and get him on the next turn. See if we can use the spy to get rid of some of these Roman agents here. Do some old poisoning. Even wounding would be great. Just get them out of my territory, and we can finish dealing with them later. They've got a couple of more agents sitting there, and then I want to say I saw a couple of more out here on the ocean. Not sure exactly what the Romans have in mind there, but... Wow, level 3 weapons. That's pretty impressive, but it does cause a lot of squalor to build that, so I'm probably not going to. We could build the precinct of Balhamon, which would give massive boost to a lot of different things there, and it would just cost food and a lot of money. And I may do that, but I'm going to wait and see where I need to use my money most. We can go ahead and assault Lilybaeum, though, so I'm going to go ahead and blockade the city navally. And we'll bring this army up, and in another turn we can assault it. Let's see what we got going on here, see what troops... Or they're in forced march. Let's bring them out of forced march. I think I was going to recruit some pikemen, since I don't have a pike army yet. So let's go ahead and finish recruiting a nice, solid line of pikemen. I think 6 will be good. And the reason I'm saying 6 will be good is because I'm still going to need some units. I mean, this army won't be very good at sieging with pikemen. Not unless I have ways to bring down the walls. And, you know, maybe just building a couple ballistic to go with it would not be a bad plan, too. We'll kind of think about it. Those are some good Balearic slingers. That's part of the reason why I don't want to get rid of them. Well, I say that, they have all those upgrades, but it doesn't, it just affects their weapon damage, or like their melee weapon damage. I'm going to bring in some more Carthaginian hoplites as well. And then we're going to need some cavalry. Let's see. We're about to finish this thing where we can better siege, though, so actually this army would end up being alright during siege. Let's see. That one does elephant units. That one gives me even less losses when besieging and gives me... Huh. Anyway, interesting features there that we got going on. Let's go back up here to Massalia, where we can re-garrison Hannibal here. I can't take him off forced march just as yet because I should have done that before I moved him in the city. It's really my own fault that I can't take him out of forced march. Let's take this spy ahead and go see what the Romans have laying in wait for me. I'll leave Belenos here, which is Moss Man, and the reason I'll do that is because I'm kind of still converting the area over to Punic culture. It's not too bad though. And I haven't torn down that building because I can actually recruit quite a few units from it. I could probably use another Carthaginian cav in this army. This army just has ballista, it doesn't have any real skirmishing component. I think what I'll do is just leave it that way so I have lots of infantry. And it's got an extra elephant unit too, which makes this army pretty formidable as a rush. There we go. So those guys will be ready for what's to come. We've got this army training out everything that it's going to need. Let's see, we've already used our agents here, so there's nothing else we can do there. Kind of used our moves. This agent can be leveled up. We can give him more military training in 2 different fields there, which would be great. So we'll basically give that agent... Well, the biggest problem is that he's not in an army dealing that. We'll bring him over to this army as soon as he helps clean up some of the Roman agents over here. Yeah, I do believe we're ready to end the turn. We're about to finish our research, which will make my men better at sieging, which is really important, actually.
Peace is not an easy word.
Keep begging. It's not going to happen. But, yeah, the sieging stuff will be really helpful.
I respectfully ask for an attack on these people as soon as can be arranged.
I'd really prefer not at the moment. I've got enough war going on. You all seem to have enough troops. You can go up there and handle them. Let's see. Okay, so we've finished our research on Siege Tower. So, I guess the real question where we want to go next, the research probably isn't massively important. This gives me more missile unit, or missiles for all my... Yeah, I think I'm going to push towards Sidonian Rights, because I could upgrade all my Carthaginian hoplites and then get more missile ammunition for my units.
That is impossible, my lord.
Go ahead and attack this little crapped up Massalian fleet there.
Ready for battle.
Take Hannibal out of force march.
Fight for you, my lord.
Massalia looks like it's stabilizing, which is great. And I've got quite a bit of money left here. Let's go into my province scroll and just kind of scroll through these provinces and see what we can build. Again, I have plenty of food, so let's go ahead and build that. Same thing here. Just increase my... Where it adds squalor, I'm going to avoid it. But like right here, we can spend some money and build this larger, more productive port for just the loss of a little food. That'll take most of the rest of my money here. But these buildings will all add into the bottom line here in the end, which will be great. So that even though I have a ton of troops in the battlefield, we'll be fine. I'm going to leave Hannibal and Massalia for one more turn in, just to kind of let the area stabilize a little. Sorry, I had to mute for a minute. Again, my allergies are driving me crazy, so I apologize for my extra nasally voice today. And we're going to take Lily Biome back, and this time in force, against a Syracuse that is begging for peace rather than putting up a fight.
We fight for
So
you,
this is pretty
my
exciting, to be honest. I don't have enough money to fix this place up, so let's actually go back into our province scroll, and we'll take away that harbor. I don't need to spend my money there just yet. We'll come spend that money here. Kind of upgrading Lily Biome. May not hurt to have a... Let's see, what is it? Syracuse, Lily Biome, and Messana. I don't think we're going to need a barracks, so I'll just go ahead and build a temple. And that should leave us in good shape at the end of this turn. Defenders of the new city can level up here, which means we can unlock night attacks just in time. That's going to be fantastic. That'll help out for sure when we're in Rome. So the Romans eventually, assuming I'm able to beat them down, will deploy what they call army reinforcements, which instead of a civil war, that's what happens in this particular campaign. It basically just gives Rome a couple of full stack armies, 2 or 3 of them, to help defend their homelands, which I kind of like. It creates an interesting challenge at the end, so that once you start working away at a faction, you destroy their armies and you get down to the last few settlements, they have no defense. That probably won't be the case, but their last settlement probably will have no defense, because you will have defeated those armies as well. Which means that I don't want to leave the city of Rome till the very end, because I do want it to be defended when I attack it, so it'll be a little more interesting. Okay, and on that last turn I actually kind of forgot about these agents down here at Hippo Regius. The Roman agents have fled, which is perfectly fine with me. We'll send these guys back over to do some military training and just come assist in the general war effort. So now we just need cavalry in this army, I believe. And to be quite honest, I might just do the same thing with this army and get rid of the Balearic slingers and just bring a couple of ballista. I think I'm going to do that. So I've got a decent infantry corps. Probably take a couple of more pikes, actually. And then a couple of ballista, and then the remainder of that army I'll probably tank up with cav. So those guys will be well underway.
Be praised.
Lily Biome is kind of being upgraded and pacified.
Fight for you, my lord.
I think we can go ahead and move up on the Syracusans. I'd like to put them out of their misery here real quick.
Destination reached.
Syracuse is definitely within sight,
Yes.
but Lily Biome's going to be upset because I'm leaving a little early. That's okay. We'll be all right. Let's see. Up here, this army's now completely filled out, and this area is still going to be a little bit upset as well, and I might go ahead and just convert this building into a temple to help stabilize the region a little more, because it's still going to be suffering some unhappiness issues.
I am a sage of the forest.
We'll leave Belenos to kind of help stabilize the region.
Destroy them!
And here we should be able to knock out the last Massalian remnants. And it says that they have a better chance than I like here, but whatever. What, seriously? You think that I'm gonna... You really think I'm gonna take some losses versus this crap? Well, psh, man, you think so? I'm gonna fight you. We'll see. I highly disagree. Pretty sure even Eric can handle 2 ragtag ships here. So we're gonna go ahead and start deployment.
Ready, willing, and able!
The only ship that kind of concerns me is this Gallic warrior, because that ship's gonna actually have really high ship health. So I'll use my general to board it, and then I'll ram it with this firepot ship, and then we'll use my 2 assault biremes here to, or assault diras.
Move out! Balhamon, reporting!
Our enemy argues and throws insults far better than they throw javelins. They are debaters, not soldiers. Oligarchs, not generals. We will show them how to fight today. They will not like the lesson.
My general says we're going to show them how to fight today and that they will not like the lesson. So let's see, that is a missile Panteras, so that's a fairly strong ship for my two simple assault ships to be going up against.
Ready, willing, and able.
Ship-wise, it's a strong ship. As far as what it has to offer in resistance, it's not so strong. I'm gonna kind of wait and catch up with the rest of my fleet here. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Crewed by fighters and ready. Ready, willing, and able.
Okay, all my ships are a little more in sync now.
Ready to attack.
My general's bearing down here.
Assault ships.
Let's get one of these ships to board and another again to ram.
Fighters and ready.
My general's going to get a great boarding action here, I believe. Should have gotten a boarding action, but didn't.
Ready.
Our general is under attack.
Still should be boarding. Thank you.
Crewed by fighters and ready. Assault ships ready to attack.
I should get a clean board. Yep, there we go. Oh, just got a great ram with that firepot ship. Got another good ram in.
Ready,
I'm
willing,
gonna
and
keep
able.
ramming this ship. It's gonna actually be quite strong, this longboat type ship. It's gonna take lots of rams to get it under. Both of these ships that they have actually have pretty stout hull strength. It would take a fair number of rams to... There we go. Managed to get it though. The firepot ships are actually quite good at ramming because they cause extra hull damage whenever the firepots explode if you ram properly. So it'll definitely take a lot of hull health off of an opponent. And so man, I just don't know what's going on. The auto resolve said I was gonna lose like half my men in that fight. Huh. Funny how that didn't happen. See you later, Massalia. You suck. So they are destroyed.
And going upon
I live to serve the mighty Carthage.
Okay, so looks like there's an upgrade for Hannibal's veteran, which means we can give him more unit training ability.
Ready
My
for
guys have
battle.
silver chevrons, most of them, so they'll be well prepared to take down Roman troops. And let's go ahead and end one more turn here. I believe that's what I want to do at least.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, I think it's time for us to just go ahead and end one more turn. And by the time we get to Italy proper, we should be fairly close to finishing the research of Sidonian rights, which again will allow me to upgrade my hoplites to late Carthaginian hoplites, which gives them more armor. And the Syracusans, I'm surprised they could get across the bridge there. They're going to come out and fight me, so this will be the end of this video, fighting them. And we'll go ahead and get that underway. My elephants are still a little bit beat up from the auto-resolve earlier, but that's fine. I don't even think I'll need them. My Libyans ought to be able to cut a clean swath through here. They do have a fair number of citizen cavalry, and Tarentine cav. But yeah, one way or the other, this should not be overly challenging for my men to win. I have a noble fighter too, which is gonna easily cut its way through anything Syracuse has to offer. And then my hoplites can hold up the flank, so we should be good. I'll let my slingers help deal with the enemy Tarentine cav, because it'll try and come up and get a bunch of nuisance shots on me. Let's get my infantry spread out where they can get a nice charge. Actually, I'm going to mix this noble fighter into the middle of all this. There we go. So the noble fighter can help support the morale of the other units within its radius there, which is almost all of my Libyans.
ready at your command.
As well as cut a nice clean hole in the center of the fighting lines. Man, beautiful weather today, huh?
Are with us.
It's quite rainy on the game. I'm actually going to hold my position, as I want the enemy units to come to me.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
So some of you sometimes ask me about the AI group attack. If you have units in a hard group like this, I can give a single attack order on some of the enemy Syracusan infantry, and my men will run forward and choose their own units to attack off of just one order rather than me having to issue an order for each of these units, which can become quite cumbersome. So that's how I do it, and I do recommend it if you're a player who feels like your micro is somewhat stretched. It is definitely a worthwhile way to handle things. Bring up my Balearic Slingers.
Understood.
Go ahead and hit rapid reload.
Libyan infantry.
The Syracusan troops are still approaching. Time to charge with my infantry, so I'm going to give a solid infantry charge here. Take the flanks.
Orders, my lord.
My cav, so yeah, you can see my my infantry charge. My men control themselves coming in, so it's actually quite handy. It saves me a lot of micromanagement. You can use this in multiplayer battles as well. So you can see that across the line my men get nice, clean infantry engagements. We're chasing off their Tarentine cav, and it's going to move out of the way on skirmish, and so that leaves a clean rear charge for my Carthaginian cav here, which means that we're going to wrap up that flank rather rapidly.
The gods are with us.
So the Syracusan troops are going to be getting rear charged here, and you can see that they're otherwise what are fairly stable units. Going to be routing quicker than usual. My Libyan infantry, of course, shouldn't have any problem dealing with them. We'll drop the some of these special abilities there. I'm going to target the Tarentine cav on either flank with my slingers. Okay, engage the Tarentine cav here. And it looks like we have a break in the center.
The battle is turning in our favor.
I'm going to pull through with this Carthaginian cav and wheel around over here for another rear charge. Tarentine cav's eating a lot of slinger fire. I'm going to bring 2 cav units into the back of this fight right here in the center to try and finish it up even faster. And I got my noble fighters that I can bring over to support as well. Yeah, you can see the Tarentine cav getting torn down by my slingers. And here comes some reinforcing Syracusan troops. Come on, attack them, please. We can bring my elephants over here to turn this out. Alright, so we finished off the Syracusan center, and I got my cavalry away from their spears. And we'll kind of let my general come finish this fight off. My Libyan infantry are actually a little bit beat up. Yeah, this is going to be an elephant slaughter here into the back of these units. You see, it's just like a wave right there. Elephants working their way through those guys. These militia hoplites are about to get charged in the back.
Our general is under attack.
There we go. And that's going to be the end of the Syracusan troops. They put up a somewhat valiant fight because their infantry is all formation attack infantry. They're somewhat sturdy, decent armor. But my guys just had a better attack value in the end. And then the rear charges, of course, going to play their role. So try as they may, that's going to be the end of that little attempt. And their armies are going to be defeated quite badly.
Waiting for more orders.
We'll have to see what kind of troops they have left and whether or not I need to go back and retrain a little before we take Syracuse, because it will have a pretty substantial garrison infantry. Plus, it'll also have all the arrow towers, and with my men somewhat damaged already, arrow towers can be a really bad deal. So I'm going to make sure and be patient. But that's all the time I'm going to have for this episode. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.